Hello, 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 beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. I am Nia, also known as Beauty is She. So if you're here, then that means that you enjoy beauty, hair, makeup, and everything in between. So thank you for coming to my channel. If you want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. Hey beauties, it is me, Beauty is She, and I am here today with a new makeup tutorial. And basically what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working on some beginner friendly makeup. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into this video. So first things first for me, I work with my face from the top down. So I always start with my eyebrows, eyeshadow, so on and so forth. So I'm going to get right into my eyebrows. My eyebrows are going through a little fluffy time right now due to the quarantine. As you can see, I have sparse hairs growing in my nails. We're quarantined. So there are a couple extra steps I'm gonna be doing that I typically wouldn't have to do if my eyebrows were done. And normally I would get them threaded, but it's been a while since I've had them threaded. It's been a couple months. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into it. So the pencil that I'm going to be using for my eyebrows is a pencil that I got from Ulta Beauty. It's just a brown eyebrow pencil from Ulta. Brown. And then I'm just using a regular old spoolie that comes in like the disposable packages that you can get from like Walmart or something. So I'm going to be using this handheld mirror in my hand so that way I can just have a better up close look at what I'm doing. So I just take my spoolie and I brush them up into the direction that my hairs naturally grow. I don't, some people will brush them down and stuff, but I don't do that. So next I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm just going to do quick strokes, quick hair-like strokes, just following the natural hairline that my eyebrows grow in. Nothing too drastic. I don't want my eyebrows to be too dark. Again, this is beginner friendly, so we want it to look natural. So we don't want anything that looks, we don't want to go too harsh with it. Next, I'm going to go on top and I am going to still follow the natural arch that's in my eyebrow. And sometimes at the top, I will go in and get a little darker at the tip, or the arch, I should say, of my brow. Like that. So now I'll take my spoolie and I'm just going to brush it to take away the harshness that is there. Like right now, this is the thickness of my natural eyebrow. It's like, what? Yeah, this is me concealing all those sparse hairs that have grown. So it looks very thick, but don't worry, it's not going to stay that way. So the concealer that I'm going to be using to conceal my eyebrows is going to be LA Girl Pro Concealer, and we are using the color, sorry guys, Fawn. That's what I used. And you can get this at your local beauty supply store. You can get it on Amazon. They have it everywhere nowadays. It used to be a little harder to get, but you can get it pretty much anywhere now. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the brush that already comes on the concealer, and I'm just going to use that to to clean up my eyebrows. I'm sorry. I'm just going to use this brush to clean up my eyebrows. I'm putting it on the back of my hand. Don't worry. I know you're probably thinking that's a lot of product, but trust me, it will not go to waste. I do not believe in wasting products, so it will get used. So I'm just going to take that brush, and I'm just going to go under the eyebrow, using this to clean up and also to conceal any hair. That is the beauty of doing this, because it definitely is to conceal the hairs. And I'm not going to spend too much time on my eyebrows today. If you guys want a more detailed video on eyebrows, then just go ahead and leave that in the comment section, and I can definitely do a more detailed eyebrow tutorial if you like. Just how to maintain them amid this quarantine. So I'm just taking the extra product and I'm just gonna go ahead and just pull it down on the eyelid, because we're gonna use this as a base for our eyeshadow. So again, It's not getting wasted. It's not being left behind. I'm just using it as a base for my eyeshadow, so it's okay. And I'm just taking a flat brush. This brush came from Coastal Scents, and I've had it for quite some time. Most of the brushes that I'm going to use today came from Coastal Scents, and you can get them off of Amazon. So just going to blend out that concealer, and you can use your finger. I do use my finger sometimes, but you just want to make sure that your hands are clean, because some people do have very sensitive skin where the oils in our fingers, you know, if we touch our face with them, it can cause a breakout. So you just want to make sure that your hands are nice and clean, or you can just stick to using a brush. I've done this enough times where I know I can use my finger. So as you can see, look at this eyebrow, look at that one. Total difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this other eyebrow and I will be back. All right, guys, so we are back. Our eyebrows are done. And one thing I did want to mention, our eyebrows are related. They're not identical twins. They're related. They like got the same mom or same dad or something like that. So don't worry if your eyebrows do not look exactly the same. You know, everyone's face shape is different. You're going to spend so much time trying to get your eyebrows to look identical. Sometimes it does just happen that way and sometimes it doesn't. So just keep that in mind. So the next thing we're going to go ahead and move on to is going to be the eyeshadow. Now we did go ahead and use that concealer and we used that to kind of prime our lids or use it for a base for our eyeshadow. And since we did do that, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This fluffy brush right here, again, this is by Coastal Scents, and I'm going to take some setting powder, and I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This is called Deep, and this is the number 35 Deep. I've been using this stuff for forever. I like it. It works for me, especially if I'm using like drugstore products. This is a good one to me to use. So I'm just going to take some of this setting powder, just a little bit, not much, and I'm just going to sweep it just sweep it over the lid just to kind of set, you know, that concealer that we did use. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and just sweep the setting powder on the lid just so that way the eyeshadow still goes on smooth and it's not sticky or anything like that. So there we go. That's it. Nothing too strenuous. We're going to be working on two palettes today. We're going to be using the Obsession palette by Milani. This palette is beautiful. It has some beautiful earth tony colors in here. We're going to be working with this color right here, and it is called Blazing Hot, and I just like that name, Blazing Hot. Like, I like it. And we're also going to be working from my favorite palette, hands down the best. This is my It's a Ray palette. The YouTuber It's a Ray, she actually partnered with BH Cosmetics, and this is her first palette that she came out with. And so we're going to be working from that palette today too. As you can see, I definitely use this often. I went out of town and I just took this palette, so it's definitely a go-to. You can switch your looks up with these colors. And we're going to be working with the color Sunset from this palette, and we're going to be using some of this down here, but that's later. So again, we're going to take the Sunset from the It's a Ray palette, this color here, and I'm just going to take my brush in here, and we're going to be using this as a transition color on the lid. So I'm just going to tap off any excess, and we're just going to rock this color back and forth in that crease. Rock it back and forth. You can take it up a little bit. Don't take it all the way up into the brown bone. We want to kind of leave that, you know, its natural skin looking color as much as possible. So yep, we're just rocking that color back and forth in that crease there. So yep, just rock it back and forth like that. And you can take it out as far as you want to take it. I would really try to stay from going past the tip of your eyebrow, the tail of your eyebrow, I should say. You definitely want to be cautious to not go past the tip, because then it can look sloppy and messy. So we're just going to keep it simple with the eyes today. We're going to use a natural, like a goldy, glowy look today, but still keeping it pretty simple, you know, for the most part. No cut creasing or anything like that today, but we definitely got that coming. So we're just going to rock it back and forth. And then I'm going to take my pack brush to pick up our eyeshadow. And like I said, the eyeshadow that we're going to be using today is going to be Blazing Hot, and that's in the Milani palette, and you can get this palette from Walgreens, CVS. This is definitely an awesome palette. And I mean, Milani, I love Milani products, so. And I'm just gonna go into, I went into the wrong color. Did I? Okay, yep. So we're just gonna go into the Blazing Hot color here and pick it up on the brush. And what you wanna do first is you're just gonna kinda swipe it. So you're just swiping it on. Swipe it. And then once you've swiped, you wanna kinda do a pack. You wanna pack it on. And a lot of times it helps to get your brush that you're using, you can get it wet a little bit and it works. You can wet it with water or setting spray, whatever works best for you. And we're just basically building this eyeshadow on the lid. And it's such a beautiful gold color. I don't know how good it's showing up, but it is such a beautiful, beautiful gold color. And I'm just really trying to concentrate it on the lid, on the lower lid. And it is beautiful. It is just giving me summer vibes all day. Okay, so we can go back in with our fluffy brush, and we're gonna go into the color on the Milani palette. We're gonna go into the color Red, Read Between the Lines. Love this. And we're gonna pick up a little bit of that, and we're gonna put it right in that crease, right up against the eyeshadow that we just applied. We're just gonna put it right up against that crease, just to kind of give it a little dark transition. And so we're just gonna rock it back and forth, like so. Okay. And next, for my lid up here, up in that brow bone area, there is a really natural skin color up here, and it's called Camp Pink Straight. And we also have Bear in Mind. And I think I'm gonna go with the Bear in Mind, just to give it just a little bit of tone. Sometimes you can go in with like a little shimmer if you want to, but and go like that. Like that on the eye. And you can clean off your fluffy brush just to clean up any harsh lines. But right there, if you want to stop with your eyes, you can definitely stop there. But I'm feeling a little fun today, so I'm going to apply some lashes. This is definitely optional. This is not required at all. If you want to, you can go ahead in with your mascara, which I'm using e.l.f. mascara. All right, so I did go ahead, got the eyelashes on. Got the other eye done. Eyeshadow is complete. Now we're done with the top part of our eyeshadow for the most part. We're done with that. So now it's time to move on to the face, my foundation. But before I apply any foundation, I always do two things. I am an oily girl. My skin is very oily. So if you're an oily girl too, then you already understand what I'm talking about. But just because we're oily does not mean that we don't need to moisturize our skin before wearing makeup. Everyone should always moisturize. So the moisturizer that I've been using for the past few years that I always used is the Marykay. Time-wise, I believe you can still get this from Marykay. They kind of changed the formula up a little bit, but this is my go-to. I get it from a Marykay distributor or off of Amazon because you can still get it there. So I just take about 2 pumps, rub it on tips of my fingers, and I rub it on. Because I believe in keeping my skin healthy underneath my makeup, because I mean, what if I want to go and not wear makeup? You know, I don't want to be able to never wear makeup because my skin is so horrible and all that. No, we definitely just want to keep it clean and clear under our makeup. And after I moisturize, I then go in with my primer. The primer that I'm using today, this is not the best primer, but this is just what I have on hand right now, but it definitely works for me. And it is a primer by Ulta. and it definitely works for me. Like I said, I'm oily, so I get it in my T-zone because those are my oily spots for sure. Definitely my oily spots. So I'm just gonna rub that in all over the face like so. Okay, so we have moisturized, we have primed. Now it's time for foundation. Now, if this was a beat down, I would have color corrected and all that. But again, because I want to keep this beginner friendly, I'm not going to color correct. I just want a natural, flawless look to my skin, but still not look like, ooh, your makeup, your face is beat. I want it to be like, oh man, her makeup is just soft and pretty. So that's what we're kind of going for today. So the makeup foundation I'm going to use is going to be the LA Girl Pro Matte Concealer, and this is Glam 681 Caramel. That is my color. You can actually get this from a beauty supply store. That's not where I got this from. Actually, you can get it off of Amazon as well. But they have it at beauty supply stores, Amazon, and I'm not sure where else, but I know for a fact those are two places you can get it. I put it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take a flat brush, maybe, and I am going to apply it on my face first using the flat brush, just to get it in the areas that I want it in. So I'm kind of like painting it on. Like so. And I like the fact that it's in a pump because you can kind of like control how much of it you use and how it comes out and things like that. So I definitely love the fact that it comes in that nice pump. Okay. So I switch it up sometimes. Sometimes I use my beauty sponge to put on my foundation, or sometimes I use a flathead brush. And today I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use my flat brush. And this is from Coastal Scents. This is a liquid foundation flat brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and pick up what was left on my hand. It wasn't much. Pick up what was left on my hand, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. And I'm just kind of using it in like a pack motion or a stippling motion to blend the foundation in my face. And you always want to take the foundation down your neck as well. And don't rush this process. You know, take your time with it because you want to make sure that everything is blended out correctly. So don't try to rush it. It's okay. You'll be glad that you did take your time, you know, with doing it. And what I do like about this this foundation is that it is buildable. And like I said, you have that control by it being in a pump. You can add, you know, as much more as you want, but it's always easier. I say start with a little and then build on it, because once you put too much, you know, you kind of have to blend a lot longer to get it blended in. So just blend it all in everywhere. And make sure that everything is blended out nicely. And as you can see, I still have some blemishes that poke through and things like that, but that's okay because we're going for a more natural look. Because that color correcting and stuff, it can be kind of confusing, especially if you're beginning makeup, so it's okay. So we have done that. Next, I am going to highlight a little bit though. And I'm going to highlight, found some foundation in my hair. Okay. I am going to highlight with, this is the color Stay, and it's number 52. It's in the color Olive, and it is by Maybelline. And I've been using this for a couple months. I actually just got it because it was on sale. I had seen it on sale, and I was like, oh, let me try this. And so I tried it, and I actually like it. I would normally use my LA Pro concealer in the color Fawn to highlight my face. So it's not too far off from that. And like I said, I like the look of it. It goes on really, really well. So yeah, I don't have any major complaints with it. For it to be a drugstore concealer, it is fine by me. Go down the bridge of my nose a bit. And that's it. That's all right there for me. So now I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, and I'm going to use the triangular, the pointy part, and I'm going to blend out the concealer. And you just want to make sure that when you get up in this eye area, you pinch the Beauty Blender at the top, so that way you can really get that blended out and not have it look harsh at all. And when you are blending out your concealer, again, you want to stick to the tip of the eyebrow. Don't go past the tail of your eyebrow. I did a little bit, but it's okay. I know how to go in and fix that. But if you do go past the tail of your eyebrow, don't worry. There is a quick fix for that. You can take that same foundation brush that you use. Do not apply more foundation to it. And you can just take, because there's always a little bit left behind, and just take and just get that line away. So it's not the end all be all if you do go past the tail of your eyebrow. That's just a guide for you. It's just a guide. So you just want to blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Until it just like melts in the skin. You can use the back of the Beauty Blender as well. I'm going to use the back to go down the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to use the back for my forehead as well. Okay, and so for my setting powder for my under eye, my forehead, bridge of my nose, I'm going to be using the Black Radiance loose powder, and it is not a color that I can see. It might have been a color on here, but it probably rubbed off. I'm not sure. But I'm going to be using this loose powder. It is really light. And like I said, this is not a glam beat. We're not going to really let it bake for too long. We're just going to put it on so that it kind of sets. But we're not going to leave it on to bake like I would normally do, you know, for a real glammed up look. We want it to be fairly natural. I'm putting it in my T-zones, down the bridge of the nose, and on the forehead. So make sure that we get under the eye to set that concealer so that there's no creasing there. Okay? So we've put it on. And normally I will let this sit, but again, this is not no biggity bake down. So we're gonna go ahead and get it off of our face. We've put it on, we've set it, so we can go ahead and get it off. And again, I'm using this fluffy brush by Coastal Scents. So we're just gonna sweep it away, because we don't want it to show up white. We just want to set that concealer that we applied on our face. So you just want to sweep it away. Sweep it away. Like that. Everything is set, and we're just sweeping away. So since this is pretty natural, I'm going to be contouring my face a little bit, but I'm going to use the loose powder, and this is in the color Dark 40. I set my face with the Maybelline Loose powder, Fit Me Maybelline Loose powder to set everything. And I'm also going to use it today to contour. This is a totally different color from what I'll be setting my face with. Two different colors. This is 35 right here, and this is 40. This is very much so darker, and I'll show you. This is much darker. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead, take my little contour brush. I'm gonna put a little bit on the lid, not much though, because it is very pigmented. The pickup is great. So get off any excess, and I'm gonna take it old school and kind of And when you are contouring or using the bronzer, you want to go up with it, not down. You want to go up with it because you want to lift your cheekbones. That's the whole point of highlighting and contouring, is to chisel our face, lift our cheekbones up. So yeah, you want to go up with it, not downward. So again, okay, and we can go over our forehead as well. Just to bring back some color. And then I'm also going to go down the bridge of my nose a little bit. Nothing too harsh. Just a little something, something. Nothing too harsh. And there we go. We're just snatching that nose just a little bit. So we have highlighted, we have contoured. So now we're going to set everything. And I'm going to go back in with the Fit Me Maybelline number 35. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to put a little bit in the lid. And I'm going to use a kabuki brush. And this kabuki brush is by e.l.f. I love it. Tap off any excess. And just go over the whole face just to blend everything together. So there we go. Put the lids back on there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep looking at my eyes, and under here, I wanna kinda add some color, just a pop of color, a little depth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take, I have a little flat brush that I typically use for this sort of thing. I think I took it out. If not, it's okay. Right here, okay. So I'm gonna take this little flat brush. This is the brush I got from Forever 21 forever ago. And I'm gonna go into the It's Red palette. I'm gonna go into the color Friday because I'm feeling Friday. And I'm gonna dip it in on the tip, and I'm just gonna go underneath the eyelash right there, and just smudge that color under there. Just smudge it on there, and it just added something extra, just a pop of something extra, because eyeliner can be harsh sometimes, and I don't use it all the time. I don't deem it necessary for me, but if you like eyeliner, then definitely you can use eyeliner and eyeshadow at the bottom of your lid, but I don't need the eyeliner. I'm just gonna go in with the eyeshadow, and it just gave it a little pop of color. Okay. So now I'm going to actually get all this powder out of my hair because it's looking crazy. All right, so I went ahead, got the makeup out of my hair, got the powder out of my hair. And so now we're going to go in with blush. And I'm going to be using blush from the Sleek palette. I have a lot of the Sleek palettes. I've been using them for years. I love them. I love their blush palettes, the combination that they come up with. This palette, actually, the colors have broke up in here. One of the colors did. So I'm going to use the colors Lantern and Squash. And as you can see, like I said, one of them broke, so I need to depot it. And it's kind of like an orangey color. And I'm just going to go in like that and put it on. I always start with a little bit of blush because it's hard to fix it once you've put too much blush. And I don't want to be walking around with rosy cheeks, you know, like a Barbie doll. So I just start with a little, and I can build as I go. And I'm good there. That's good. So same thing on the other side. And we're good there. So the highlighter that we're going to be using is from our It's Array palette, and I'm going to be using Radiant. As you can see, I have been using it up. So let me go ahead and take my highlighter brush right here, and I'm going to put it in to Radiant. Ooh, I am feeling it. That is pretty. Okay, and the same thing on this side. And then we're gonna go down the bridge of the nose, but we're not gonna pick any more up. We're just gonna go down the bridge of the nose. Right there on the tip, right there. On the tip of the nose, not too much, and then a little bit on our Cupid's bow. And we are good to go on the face. That's it. So for the lipstick today, I'm going to be using this Stay Matte lip color, and it is by Rimmel London. This is my first time using this. It's by Rimmel London, it says on the top. It's my first time using this, so we're gonna see how it works. We're gonna do this together, see how it works, and see if it's as pretty on as it looks in the container. I'm just gonna use this brown lip pencil from Wet n Wild. It's just what I have closest to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lip with it. I did have some moisturizer on my lips. I will normally do that before I start my makeup. I use the chapstick, the coconut one, just to keep my lips moisturized because I typically wear matte lipsticks all the time. And I just want to, and matte is drying, and I just want to keep it moisturized. So I'm just going to go in with this pencil just to line everything. Yeah. Like so, nothing much. Just to keep that lipstick in line and keep it behaving. So I'm gonna go ahead with this. I'm really excited. I got this on sale at Walmart too, so let's see. It's pretty. It is very pretty. It kind of puts me in the mind of the NYX lip butters. It kind of puts me in that headspace. But what I don't like about this thus far that I'm noticing is you have to put a lot on, and I don't really like that. I don't know. It's not really doing it for me. So I'm gonna go ahead, gloss it up. I can feel that it gets pretty matte. I can feel it already drying, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's good coverage to me. So I'm gonna go in with my lip gloss. This is called Nourish Plus Lip Gloss, and it is by Marykay. This stuff is, I love it. Like, I love it, I love it, I love it. And it has like an orangey tint to it, and it's super thick. You can see it is super thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on over top of it, and hopefully it gives it a little razzle dazzle, a little bit more for me. I like that. I am liking that. I am. I'm feeling it. Feeling a lot. So let me go ahead and put on the last touch. And that is me taking this It's a Ray palette. I'm going to go into the color Moonlight. And I'm just going to put that on my inner tear duct. Right there like so. And we're going to finish off this look with that. And I feel good about that, guys. So that is the look. All right, guys, so that is the look. And if you did enjoy watching me do this tutorial, then please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You will see many more videos like this one, plus hair tutorials as well. Please share this video with anyone and everyone. And as always, love you guys so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed. Bye.